Okay, I'm super excited because we have Jess on here, and she went presidential last month, and she gave herself a massive pay raise. And I'm so excited to hear about her story. And she actually has a really cool story. I've never heard it before, but I've heard bits and pieces and just the gist of it, and it was really crazy. So I'm really excited for y'all to hear it. I'm ready to hear the full version and just kind of how she got to where she is. So I'm going to spotlight her video. So yeah, if you just want to mute yourself and kind of tell us who you are, how you got started, and what this business has done for you, that would be great.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Jess Peluszak. I'm 31 years old. I'm from Pennsylvania. I've been with It Works for 5 years now. So I'll start before It Works. So 5 years ago, we were living paycheck to paycheck. We were barely getting by, deferring my husband's school loans. And it wasn't until I had my second child that I wasn't able to lose that tummy. So I searched for a way. I came across the wraps. I tried one wrap. I saw amazing results, and I decided to jump all in. So I just wanted to help other mamas out there gain that confidence that I had gained. So after one wrap, I joined, and then I went Ruby pretty quickly. And then after my first year in the business, I hit my 1 year mark, and I missed out on one of the bonuses that they had out there. And it really hit me hard. And a couple of my uplines actually started leaving and trying out another company. So I didn't really know any better. At that point, I really didn't have my why set in place. I just, wanted to help other mamas out there gain that confidence that I gained. So after that year, I left It Works, and I went to 3 other companies. Actually, it might have been 4. And just seeing, if the grass was greener on the other side. And I quickly realized that it was not, and that the culture that we have with It Works, there is nothing like it. The family, just like the friendships that we built, just the culture in a whole, and just that it's a Christian-based company as well. And I just decided that if I was going to make this business successful, that I had to put in the work. So my mind shifted, and my why quickly changed to, instead of, I only came in, earning an extra $200 to $500 extra a month. I wanted to be that work-at-home mom. I wanted to, raise my kids, not have them in daycare. So I just decided, and it was a mind shift change. And that, so I came back, went to conference. We did our first ever 90-day run. I was able to hit diamond and then double diamond in 75 days. My husband hit diamond. We earned $70,000 in bonuses. And then this past year, I was able to hit triple diamond, and a total of $150,000 within 2 years in the business. And then not long after that, doubt started creeping in, and I started looking like left and right. I started comparing myself, wondering if I was worthy enough of, being a triple diamond leader. We were earning over $10,000. So just like the money wise was just a lot. So we just started questioning things again. And then someone that I became really close friends with, who actually, so the first time around, I had 2 of my mentors above me quit and go to a different company. Now the mentor above her that sort of took me under her wing, she decided to leave. And I never thought about quitting and going to another company because I already tried it out. I already knew It Works was the one for me, but I sort of started to get into like a depressed state, and I started, just stop working my business in a sense. And it's crazy. So I hit triple last year, and then we ended 2017 paid as Ruby. And then going into 2018, we decided to go to conference. And at that point, I don't know if you guys remember Mark and his dark horse story for everyone who has heard it. Yeah. That completely shifted our minds. And it was in that moment right there, like bawling our eyes out. We just realized that, yes, we are going to fall down 9 times, but are you going to get up that 10th time? And are you going to push through? And are you going to, just make it happen? And in that moment, we committed that, we just decided. And we realized that, God was testing us for what was to come. And in that moment, we just started committing every single day. We locked arms with the people around us who truly wanted it. And within our team, we focused on building a very local team. Like every single person that has promoted this year to Emeralds and above is local to us. And yeah, it's just been amazing. And then the other thing that I focused on was myself and my health journey, weight loss. So I committed to being on the products every single day and lost 20 pounds in 3 months, and just focused on everybody else and their goals, and, creating that roadmap with them, the game plan, and truly stepping into that leadership role, self-development daily, praying every single day, and just being really, really consistent and sharing about, my weight loss, our journey. And yeah, it's crazy. We promoted to presidential last month. We earned $25,000 bonus, and insane. We gave ourselves a huge raise, and last month we earned over $30,000 in our check, and we just found out we're in the top 40 income earners. So that was super exciting. And yeah, it's just been a crazy up and down journey, but it's been totally worth it. Totally worth it.
I love that. So, I was writing down like notes the whole time you're talking. So one thing that you said was that you quit and went to a different like company. Well, I didn't know that you like tried different companies. I thought that you just like left and was like, I'll rejoin. I didn't know that you went to other companies. So it's funny because, I personally I've never done any other like network marketing company. I started at Works whenever I was 19, and then that's the only one I really had time to join because I was so young. But, I feel like in my heart of hearts, like It Works is the absolute best. Like people are like, would you ever leave? And I'm like, heck no, and like my husband, whenever we were dating, he was like, just playing devil's advocate. He was like, would you ever leave? Even if they offered you like $100,000 to leave to go to another company. And I was like, heck no, because I'm going to make more than that with this business. And I've just always I've always had my feet firmly planted with It Works. I've loved the corporate team. I love the culture and everything. But it's cool to see someone that has left and like can come back and tell us, no, for real though. Like you don't just think that, like that really is so true. And so that makes me just more excited that like I knew we were in the right place, but now you just confirmed like ×4 that we're in the right place that like no other place can compare, especially with our product line. Like nobody else has the products that we have too, like besides just like the culture and everything. Like the products we've got are amazing, and you can't get them anywhere else. That's what I love about It Works. So I'm glad that you said that. I think a lot of people can relate to your whole like I didn't have a why, so I just kind of was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and like wanted to quit. I think a lot of people, whether they have quit and come back or whether they have felt like quitting, I think that people are like taboo to talk about that because people they're just like, no, we're not going to talk about quitting. We're just going to go. But like you are going to sometimes feel like you want to quit. I had that before, and so I never actually did quit, but I remember in 2015, it was December-ish, November-ish, whatever, right before the cruise, I almost did quit, like very, very close to quitting. And Derek, my husband now, boyfriend then, was one of the people that was like, you're going to be in the freaking top of this company. You're not quitting. And I was a Ruby. And he was like, no. Oh, no. You're going to be in the top 10. You're going to be a millionaire with this business, and you're not going to quit. And I was like, okay, fine. Like, none of that's true, but okay, fine. And so I went on the cruise, and like my whole entire life just like changed. Like my whole vision changed. I had a why for the first time, like really a concrete, bigger than me why. And that totally changed like how I ran after the company and the bonuses and the promotions, and really locked arms with my team at that point. And so I'm glad that you said that, because I just don't want people to think that, oh, I thought about quitting, so then I should, because the people that are in the top of this company have never quit. They've never thought about quitting. And, you know, we're both in the top 40 and we've quit and thought about quitting, like, so come so close to it. So don't think that you're weird for thinking that, but you have to learn to push past it. Just like she said at the dark horse, like, you might fall down 9 times, but you have to get up that 10th time. And if you do, then you will be successful at this business. Yes, it's being recorded. Because you will be successful at this business, but not if you quit. And so I'm so glad that you said that. Okay. Okay. So then you said another thing too, was that, you know, you went, what'd you say, triple diamond last year, right?
Yep.
Okay. What month last year?
March.
Okay. I went in May of last year. So we went triple right around the same time, and then you said that you dropped down to Ruby, right? By the end of that year.
Yep.
Okay. So did you ever again think about quitting at that point? Like, oh crap, like I lost rank. Like, I don't know if maybe you lost teammates too. Like, did you ever think about quitting again, or were you like, I've already tried that, this is where I need to be, like, that's my own fault? Like, what were your thoughts during that?
So yeah, I definitely lost team because, like I said, the person above me decided to jump ship, and
People with
so yeah, at that point, I was definitely questioning things, and I did think about quitting. It's crazy because in January, 2 weeks in, I lost my Facebook page and couldn't get it back for the life of me. And I compare it to like somebody who starts up a restaurant and their restaurant burns down. Like, I do everything off social media. So I literally lost everything. So at that point, I was like praying every day. I'm like, what is going on? Like, please give me a sign. And just going to conference, I was praying the entire time, but I was like, give me a sign, give me a sign. And then that dark horse story, that's what completely changed it. But yes, I did think about quitting again. It's crazy that I even thought about quitting, because now to see, you know what I mean, like staying in there and making it happen, you know, it's crazy to think, what if I would have quit? Like, I wouldn't be where I am today. It's just insane.
Oh, I think that all the time too. I'm like, I was so close to a decision that would have altered everything. You know, like, I just literally everything. And like every day I think about that I almost quit, and I'm like, God, thank you so much for whatever the heck you did to intervene in that. Like, to give me Derek as a voice of reason, or whatever it was that made me not want to quit in that moment, because everything would have been so different, you know? So, you know, the thing is like, we promote to these ranks, we get these bonuses, that's great, whatever. But then life happens. Life happens to like us in our personal life happens to our business, life happens in every aspect of our life. And if we let that life happen and let it control and like dictate what we do with our business and where we're going, and dictate, you know, our why and all that stuff, like, we're never going to get anywhere, because life is always going to happen. So you have to learn to push past that. So for all of the people, if you have lost a rank, if you are currently not paid as your lifetime rank, let's say your lifetime rank is diamond and you're being paid as a ruby, what are you going to do about that? Like, are you going to give up and quit and be like, oh, well, you know, I'm not getting paid as diamond anymore, so I'm going to leave? Or are you going to say, I did that once, why can I not do that again? Like, why not? You know, like, you earned all those bonuses, you're making $10,000 a month. Like, why would you not be able to do that again? Sitting there at Ruby, you look back at those paychecks and you're like, I did it one time, like, I could do that again. And so I love that you didn't quit in that moment, because I don't know that I could say that I wouldn't quit. Like, you know, I don't know that I could say that. Now I think that I wouldn't do that. But, you know, I don't know, because I've never been there. And so I don't want to be above that and be like, I would never quit even if that happened, because that's hard. Like, I'm sure that was like really discouraging. And I love that you still went to conference. Like, you still got plugged in. You didn't feel defeated. Even if you did feel defeated, you just like rose above that. And you're like, no, I'm going to go to conference, and I'm going to freaking get around people who have the same drive and mindset that I have. And then you went there and you, saw that dark horse story, and then you are now freaking presidential diamond, what, 9 months later, 8 months later, technically, no, 7, because it was in February and you promoted last month, so like 6 or 7 months later, and then you earned another bonus. You went from making like what, probably $500 as a Ruby, maybe you're a high paid Ruby, $500 to $700 in December, to now $30,000 in 1 month in August.
Yeah, it's insane.
Y'all, like, literally that, okay, so that timeline, I always like to do this because, like, people just get so stuck in where they're at right now and they can't visualize the future, but one of my strong, what is it, like, obviously it's not communication, what is it, the strengths test. So the strength finder is, like, one of mine is futuristic, so I can, like, see the vision of the future, and I'm like, this is where I'm going. And so, okay, right now it's September. Okay, so that was December to August, so that was like 8 months. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. That means in April, if you're making $500 a month right now, that means about April, your paycheck could be $30,000. Does April seem like that far away? Because it doesn't to me. I feel like April's right around the corner. So that's insane to me that you got from there to where you are right now just because you didn't quit. Because you were like, I already tried that and it doesn't work. Like, I've already tried going somewhere else, it doesn't work. So I'm going to stay where I'm at. And I'm going to freaking kill it and work so hard at it. I don't know. I'm just, like, so inspired by you. I could go on and on, but I'm going to shut up. So, put the work in, be successful. I love that. Okay. So one thing that you said, and this is going to go into one of our other questions, was you said that you really focused this year, I think you said this year, on growing a local team. Okay. So I want to grow a really big local team. I'm not originally from here, so I feel like it's been a little bit harder for me. Hang on, I'm going to mute everybody, then I'll just have you unmute yourself again. Okay. So I feel like it's been like a little bit harder for me to get that local team. But I have started growing that, and it's great, and I love hanging out with my girls all the time, so I'm like, I would love to have, like, a massive local team. That'd be so fun. So how did you, because we work our business mostly through social media, but you just said that you do too. So how do you use that to grow a local team?
So now that my 2 boys are in school, I actually join, like, the different groups with the school. So we have a couple different, like, parent groups, and I'm just, like, adding all the moms in there. So, like, one thing I would suggest if you don't have kids, just going and finding Facebook groups with, you know, a local around your area. If it's either, you know, mom groups in your area or in your town, you know what I mean? Or even in the state, or different, I know there's, like, I was even adding people from a hiking group from this area. So it's just, like, finding people from Facebook groups. And then, of course, when you're getting together with your team, I mean, we are posting pictures all the time and just having so much fun and just putting it out there. So everybody's seeing it and they want a part of it. You know what I mean? They want to join. And we went as far as actually booking a seasonal site at a campground, bringing our RV to the campsite, and, like, getting together every single weekend of the month. And sometimes even staying over nights and just having, like, girl weekends and things like that, to have that friendship, the fun, bonding, and, you know, just making those memories and just going live about it and sharing about it and posting about it. And just everybody, I mean, I'm still doing it, you know what I mean? And people are just like, I want in on what you're doing. You know, they want the friendships. And, you know, because so many times we graduate high school and we lose track of just everybody. Life gets in the way. You get married, you have kids, and it's like you have a couple people you hang out with here and there, but you don't really have, you know what I mean? Like, a lot, you give up a lot, especially with family. So that's just one thing that we strived on, and it's just been a blast. It's been a blast.
I love that too, because I went live in our team page yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was actually talking about this. I was like, y'all, if you feel like you're not signing up distributors right now, it's because your life is so boring. Like, you're not posting about anything fun. So stop sitting on your couch all day long or sitting at your desk all day long and posting about how you're sitting at your desk working your business. Nobody wants a desk job. They don't join at Works to have a desk job. They join at Works to be able to go and freaking ride a roller coaster while they sign up a loyal customer and get paid to do that. Like they're at an amusement park, you know, and that's what we need to be posting about. Not that we have to go do crazy things that cost a lot of money every day, but just going on walks with your family, going to the park, free stuff, like rollerblading, anything that you can think of, and go out and have fun and show people that. And so I think that what you're talking about, like going with your friends and the girls that are on your team and just showing people that y'all are so normal and you hang out together and this is what you do and you get paid to do it. Yep. That's like, I think we overthink it with like trying to grow a local team or just trying to grow a team in general. I think that what you're saying is like getting on those Facebook groups, and even if you don't have kids, like, I mean, you could even go on like Instagram. They don't have groups on Instagram, but go and look up a restaurant. Like for us, like we live in Grand Rapids, so there's so many craft beer places. So if you go to craft beer, they're going to be 21 or older, so they're going to be able to join the business. So you can go and follow random girls or like go to the tagged places. Find those people, and then once you have just 2 or 3 people, hang out with them all the time or as often as you can, post about it, and then it's going to continue to grow and grow from even just that, and then continue to add people in your area. So I love that, and I think that it's probably helped with distributor retention. Like you've kept the people that are signing up. They're not just signing up and then leaving after 3 weeks. Like they're staying in the business because it's not just like we always say people join for the money, but they stay for the friendships. Yep. It's so true. And Cammie is actually really, really good about that with distributor retention. Whenever she was building her business in the field, she was so good. Like her people that she first, like her very first distributor is still in this business however many years later, and she's an ambassador diamond. Like all of her first people are still in because of who Cammie is and how much she pours herself into those people and just goes out of her way to send little cards and things like that. So having them in your area to be able to hang out with them, that's going to make the people stay in longer. It's going to make y'all's connection and your friendship like that much stronger. So I like that a lot. And if you don't have a local team or if you're wanting to grow a local team, I highly suggest it because the girls that are here local to me have been in the business a lot longer, and it has been easier to keep them in this business because we do have that connection that's on a deeper level than just over text.
Yep.
So
I even make it fun. So we do contests monthly where anybody who does the steps to success, I treat them and we go get their nails done. And we go as a group, and then everybody sees that we're doing this thing together, and it's just, that's a lot of fun too. And, you know, people are like, wow, you're treating girls to go get their nails done. And I've actually been able to sign a couple distributors up, you know, just by that alone. So
probably they're like, so if I join your business and I do the thing you're telling me to do, my bill for the next 2 weeks can be free. And they're like, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. I'm going to write that down. Says equals nails done. Okay, that's so good. Did you have anything else to add on like that, or if not, I can just move on to the next question?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I just don't want to like leave anything out. Okay, so, and guys, if y'all have questions too, drop those in the chat because we'll have time in just a minute to go through all those questions. I don't have a ton of them. So y'all go ahead and start asking your questions and we'll go to those. Okay, so what advice would you give to somebody who is and I hate this word, but this is the word that person feeling this would use, discouraged. If somebody is feeling discouraged, if somebody on your team came to you and they're like, I just don't know, like, I feel discouraged, I feel like I can't sign anyone up, I feel like nobody wants this, whatever, which I know what I would say, but I want to know what you would say to them, especially as someone who has been on the other side of that. Like, because I mean, I'm always like, I would never quit, I would never leave, but then I don't really know how to take it a step further and say this is exactly why. So do you have insight because you did leave and then came back? Like, what would you say to them about being discouraged?
So I definitely question them. I figure out their why and make sure that it's a strong why, that it's not, you know, just something little, and just dig deep into that. But then also, like, a huge thing is if you're not invested in the products and your health and your results, I mean, that's huge too. So you have to fall in love with the products. And I mean, majority of the distributors that I have signed up this year, they were current prior loyal customers because they fell in love with the products. So make sure you're using the products. And then I always ask them for, what is it called? Like I'll ask them, you know, send me, or I'll ask them like how many host to post have you done today? Or how many books have you read in the past 90 days? And just like little things like that to see if, you know, one, if they're being consistent in the business, if they are posting, if they're asking, and just like trying to get proof, actually. I'm a really red personality, so I'm like, okay, let's just get down to it. Like, how many host to post did you actually send today? You know, is this the reason why you're discouraged? Is because you're not producing and enrolling because you're not doing anything? Or like, you know what I mean? Or is it like life got in the way, or what is it? So, I mean, I can definitely relate to people because I've been there. So, I mean, I obviously try to relate with their struggle of whatever they're going through, but I mean, it comes down to what are you doing day in and day out? Are you treating this like a hobby? Because if you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it's going to pay like a business. And that is just as simple as that. So just more or less figuring out exactly what they're doing day to day, creating that game plan. So we have that roadmap on what we're going to change to get to, you know, where they want to be, to figure out their why, but to actually make it happen. You know, if it's either to be a stay-at-home mom, quit their job, earn, you know, X amount a month or whatever it is, like a game plan is important. If you don't have your roadmap, you don't know where you're going. So we just look at a couple different things and then we just make it happen, and we just lock arms and just get to work.
I think that's important to have a why that's really strong because everything flows from that. So like you're not going to post if you don't have a why. You're not going to message if you don't have a why, because why would you do that? You don't even know. You're just doing it to do it. Like, and you can easily give up on that. Like, oh, I'm supposed to do this. Okay, well, you could just not do it one day and be fine. But if you have a really strong why, you're not going to be okay with being complacent. You're not going to be okay with not doing those things, you know, because you know what you're going after and it's important to you. So, okay, somebody had a question that was good. So when do you feel like you were at a crossroads in your business and what helped you? Like between what ranks?
So I stopped after a year when I was Ruby. And like I said, my why just wasn't big enough. That, I mean, plain and simple, I didn't have my why. I never went to any events. I mean, I, you know, just had a couple people on my as crazy as it sounds, it was after I hit triple and not feeling worthy of that promotion. So it was after that.
And then, sorry, my internet cut out for a second. So whenever you like came to that crossroad and you were like, okay, I don't feel worthy of this, or for the Ruby, you're like, I don't have a strong why. How did you kind of get over that and find your why? How did you push past the triple thing and like, you were like, I'm stuck, I don't feel worthy. Like, how did you get over that stuff? Because I think that not having a strong why, not feeling worthy are two things that my team, especially my leaders, they come to me all the time about like, I did that. My why is finished. Like I did the why. So now I don't know what my new why is. And we struggle with trying to find a new why. And, or they struggle with like, I don't feel like I could be making $6,000 a month. I don't know. I don't deserve that. And so how did you overcome that?
Okay. So one, I mean, your why has to be huge. And if it's either, I mean, you just have to dig deep and figure that out. And, you know, if you have a spouse, talk to your spouse, your family, you know what I mean? Like try to figure out that why, because it's so important. And at the beginning of every single month, I actually create, I know this is off a little bit, but we create a new push chat for that month. And the first thing I have them do is write down 10 reasons why they need and want this business. And from there, that's what they're going to post for those 10 days of the beginning of the month. And it gets them, especially for the newbies, it gets them in that rhythm of posting every day about why they're doing this so other people can dream with them and they just dream big and, you know what I mean, just put that out there. So that's really huge. And then, hold on, sorry. What did you say about the crossroads? What did you want me to say?
How did you overcome those thoughts of not feeling worthy and then not finding your why? But the why you just kind of answered. So how did you get over not feeling worthy?
Self-development every single day, just feeding into myself and just telling myself that I was worthy. And just, I mean, if it was either YouTube videos, audios, you know, just reading, whatever it was, just that self-love every single day, just to tell myself that I am worthy of this. And especially being at conference and seeing, you know, everybody up on stage and seeing all the stories and relating with people, which is huge, is why you need to get to events, because there's always going to be that one person that you can totally relate to and be like, if she did it, I can do it. And it's just, my mind shifted 100%. And I mean, that was the biggest thing.
I love that. Okay. So, I'm making sure I don't miss anybody. Okay, this is a really good question. She said, how did you rebuild after losing key people on your team?
It was a lot of adding people in groups, like I mentioned, started building locally. I read the one question. After the year that I stopped, I came back to nothing, like nothing at all. One thing that I did was, and I was Ruby, but I was actually structured for Diamond. So I missed that Diamond promotion. So I did have a decent amount of team members under me when I left. And when I came back within that period, like I still kept those friendships and I still kept the door open. Like I never was, you know what I mean? Like any which way with anybody. And once, I want to say, actually this year, I had one of my girls who was with me when I first started. She actually came back and she was one of the double diamonds that helped me promote. And yeah, so we just, I mean, we're adding in groups. We are doing host to post every single day. I mean, that's the biggest thing that's been truly working for us. And then when we're talking to people like potential customers, distributors, and so on, especially loyal customers, we have an accountability group. And that's one thing that we strive on, is allowing them to have all the tools that they need to be successful with their weight loss journey, their health journey, whatever it is. So that's an easy sell on our part, because we let them know, like, you're going to be added to a group. You're going to have accountability and support. There's going to be meal guides, recipes. We do workout challenges every single month. We go live with. This month we're doing a plank challenge. So everybody jumps on live and just sharing testimonies. And you're going to, like we tell them, you're going to have access to all of that. So that in itself is able to reassure them that they are joining, you know, the right person. We let them know about the app that they'll have access to, like the workouts every single day. And that's, I mean, and with the host to post, that's how we're building, you know, with loyal customers.
Okay, good. And then I wanted to just add too, like, somebody's to the rebuilding after you lose key people on your team. The worst possible thing you can do whenever you're looking at, like, let's say you're a diamond and you're going for double, but you've had a lot of people on your diamond chart quit. The absolute worst thing you can do is to look and spend all of your time on everybody that quit and just try to get them to work and try to get them to work and just fill in the volume for them for no reason, and just keep building people underneath them when they don't deserve it and they haven't even been responding to your text. That's the worst possible thing you can do. So the best thing you can do for your business and for yourself and your sanity is to, if your team all underneath you quit, start building it fresh. If there is like one person on your team who's working, dig deep. I don't care if it's on like the 12th level down. find that person and grab them and pull them up and say, all right, let's run. And you put that person in the biggest spot. So for double diamond, you make that girl your diamond. Doesn't matter if you're personally enrolled or not. Put that girl as your diamond. Then you've got a diamond chart to fill. And then you find somebody else that's running just as hard as you are and just as hard as she is. And you make that the emerald. And then you just start filling in boxes, because it's going to take you so much longer to try to pull people along, and they're never going to come with you because they don't want it for themselves. You can't want it for them. So it's going to end up being futile in the end, but you're going to waste so much time trying to pull these people when you could have just been finding new blood that's so excited. And that's what's going to keep your business going, because I went diamond and everybody on my team quit because nobody was even working whenever I went diamond. I got everybody on my team to where they needed to be by myself. I got every single distributor and every customer that I needed to go diamond, and then nobody else was left. And it took me a while to get to double because of that. But now I'm sitting here as a triple because I didn't give up and because I didn't keep trying to pull those people along. Because if I had, I never would have found the new people that have gotten me to where I am now and that are the leaders on my team. So I think that that's something that we always try to do that's so detrimental to our business. So don't do that.
Yes. And that was one of the huge changes in my business, was just throwing away. Like, I threw away my chart, and I started like last year when I ended as Ruby, like coming into this year, 2018, like I pulled out an emerald chart and I was like, okay, who's actually working it? And I just filled in names, and then I just had to rebuild. And it's okay to rebuild. You want to work with the people who want this the most and just lock arms with them. And that's definitely what we did. We just locked arms and we just ran.
And then, like, what was I gonna say? I have like 6,000 things in my head that I was just about to say too. I don't remember the first thing, but I was gonna say I like that you were a triple diamond, but you didn't pull out a presidential chart while you were sitting at being paid as Ruby. Because if you're being paid as Ruby, you don't have a presidential chart left, really, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way or like towards you at all, but like, you know, it would have been weird to pull out a presidential chart and you would have been overwhelmed and been like, screw it. Like, heck no. There's no way I can fill this out. But you said, all right, I'm going to throw away my pride and my chart, and I'm a triple diamond, but I'm going to get an emerald chart out, and I'm going to start fresh. Oh, and this is what I was going to say is, you feel like, or you may feel like, you're taking a step back because her being a triple and getting an emerald chart out for herself, she could have felt defeated by that, but I guarantee you she got to presidential so much faster by starting at emerald and working her way up with people who wanted this with her, versus if she would have taken her triple chart from back when she promoted to triple with all those people who quit and tried to refill in all those boxes with all those people and get all the volume herself, right? Does that make sense, like, to everybody else too? Because you feel like you're taking a step back, but guys, it's going to make you get there so much faster if you're working with people who want this, whether it's 5 people who want this versus 50 people who don't. The 5 people are going to get there with you so much faster.
Yep, totally.
And then somebody said, what are your non-negotiables that you do every day to work your business?
So I start with self-development every single day. I wake up 30 minutes before I have to get the boys on the bus and ready. So self-development is so important, so important. I don't think anybody understands how important it is. It is so important to build yourself up, and just, it's just key. So self-development every single day, making sure that I'm using the products that I just started going to the gym a couple weeks ago. So focusing on my health is very important. And I mean, every day checking in with my push chats. I have my monthly run chat. So it's something that I start fresh every single month, first day of the month. Who wants to run? Who's ready to focus? Who, like this month, it was September to remember. Who wants to make it a September to remember? And whoever from the prior chat, and then I put it in my team group page. You know, anybody who wants to run, you're in there. As long as even if you're working, you're in there, because I want to work with you because you are the willing, you know what I mean? So checking in with my push chat every single day. I have my leaders chat, which is emeralds and above. posting in my accountability group for my customers, my team page, posting in there, posting on Facebook, obviously, and then host a post is how we're getting all of our customers. So sending out host a post every day. We also do happy birthdays. So every single morning I go to whoever's birthdays it is and I send them a private message, and I'm just like, happy birthday, with little balloons. And this has been really huge, because when you're, well, one, you're saying happy birthday and then they respond, oh, thank you. And then you say, oh, you're welcome. So are you doing anything fun for your birthday? When it's during the week, they're usually working. So it's like, oh, just working. No, I hate my job. I'm like, oh, really? And then we'll like start the conversation up, and most times it leads into like the business opportunity and things like that. But even going further than that, with the happy birthdays, if they were a potential or something like that, like we've talked about them being a loyal customer or distributor, it sparks up that conversation again. And if they were the one that, didn't respond last, they usually apologize. So it's just a win-win overall, sparking up conversations, building those relationships. So that's something that we do every single day. I put it out into my run chat, and everybody's like, done, 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 done. And you know what I mean? Like, it's something that we do every single day as a team, as well as, sending out the host to post. We keep each other accountable with different tasks throughout the day.
I love that. Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted. Okay, that's super good. Sorry, I'm just like processing everything you just said. Okay, so in your run chat, y'all just like, you're just like, hey, everybody go do happy birthdays, and then they're like, hey, I'm done, and then you said that y'all keep each other accountable with different tasks for the day. Like, are you the one that's like, all right, let's go message now, or like, what do you mean by that? Because I'm run chat now, so I'm trying to figure out how you do it.
So yeah, I'll do, so everybody knows like from the beginning of the month, like what it's going to consist of. And so like first thing in the morning, like I'll have a list. So I'll do my list in the chat. Like I'll type it up. So I'll say like birthdays, and then I'll have like a check mark emoji. And then I'll say first post, check mark, 15 host the post, check, self-development, check. And then I'll say, everyone else, comment in here when you're done. And then everybody does the same exact thing. And then sometimes I'll send out challenges like, okay, let's do 15 host to post. Hey girl, can I ask you for a huge favor? When you're done, screenshot your messenger, like the actual messenger, to see that everybody did it. And then, comment done. And then it'll be like, everybody will send their screenshots, and, just like different fun things like that, just to keep each other accountable and to make sure everybody's, doing it. But then we also do, like I said, at the beginning of each month, like the 10 reasons. So everybody shares, they screenshot their status that they do with the reason why, they're doing this business, and they post it in there as well.
So you said that at the beginning of the month, you have them write down 10 reasons. So do they do the 10 reasons, and then on the 11th, start at number 1 again and do the 10, and then like, do they do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it sort of just gives them a guideline of what they need to do every day. So we start with just the first 10 days, but then they continue to do it. So they're still like screenshotting their status, posting it in the group, but it's either going back, or some people have more, than 10 reasons. So they'll just continue with that. And so what I do from the month prior, so looking at September 1st, just to go back. So September 1st, I post in my August group. I'm like, okay, you guys did amazing this month, so on and so forth. Like, let's make September to remember, who's ready to push, who's ready to run. I want you guys to shout out your rank goals for September, and then from there, like, I'll give them a task. So I actually say, well, to me, like, I'm really red, and like, not that I'm controlling, but I would like to be like, give me everything. So I'm just like, okay, send me a message with the 10 reasons you need and want this business and your goal for this month, and then you'll be added. And then that's when I actually add them into the group. So I can sort of Then I have like a copy paste message that I just send to them. Every month it's different, but I send it all to the same people, just letting them know like, these are going to be your 10, your next 10 posts for the next 10 days. And, just giving them little tips and things like that.
Okay, that's super good. I did something similar for rubies and emeralds this month, and I had them write down their why. And if I didn't think that it was strong enough, like it wasn't specific enough, I was like, I'm going to need you to tell me a little bit more. And then I made them show me their auto shipment that was set up, and then they had to get one customer, and then they were added to our group. So I kind of did the same thing, but I like the 10 reasons why, because then like they have something to post about. It gives them like a guideline, because I think a lot of people struggle with like, okay, I want to post, but like, what do I post about? I feel like I'm posting the same thing every day is what people say. So I like that idea a lot. Okay, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Yep, and then with everybody posting in the group, it sort of gives people ideas too, as well as like what to post.
Yeah. I know you said that you do host to post. Sorry guys, I'm like totally taking up all your questions. Real quick, for host to post, do y'all just do cleanse or keto coffee, or do y'all just, it's always different? Do y'all do a specific product that you really like for host to post?
We do coffee. That's just the thing that we're focused on right now. And to take it a step further, so we start the conversation with, hey girl, can I ask you for a huge favor? And then the next message is, how would you feel about giving me a copy and paste? Or how would you feel if I gave you a copy paste post to put on your wall for referrals? I'm pushing for a huge promotion this month. It would mean the world to me. I'll even enter you in for a free $100 giveaway worth of products. And then in my team page, I'm doing a host to post boom challenge, and we do it every single month. And like the first person who gets a host to post, I do 3 prizes. The first one is for the person who did the post for them. So it's either, a potential or a friend, whoever did the post gets entered in. The second one is the distributor who did the post. And then the third one is I do whoever did the most host to post. Do you do that as well or no?
Do we do host to post, or do I do what?
Do you do anything like that, like the contest?
Yeah, we do like different contests. Normally we do boom contests, but this month I've actually been doing we did a post-it note challenge, and then we did that for like 5 days, and then we did like $100 for 100 booms, and we had to get it in 10 days. And so I feel like they did it in like 5 days. So did a $100 giveaway, and then right after that we did another sticky note challenge. They're like freaking killing it too. I had 20 prizes. They had to get 3 people to get 1 prize, and they're all gone already, and the challenge is not even over. So they're like crushing it. I need to like make them a little bit harder, because they're like killing all the challenges. But yeah, so we do those too. But I like the host to post challenge, because I really want to get more into host to post, because I do them, but I do more of like the posting a status, and I feel like that can only get you so far, because now it's kind of the same people commenting every time on the status. So whenever you're going to message people, is it just going down your friends list, like doing the A's and doing the B's, or now have you gone through your friends list and you just do the most recent people that you've added on Facebook?
So I go and I teach my team to go on Facebook, Messenger, whoever's active, because those are the people that are going to get back to you like immediately. So that's what we personally do.
I like that. And can you see that on your phone?
Yeah.
It says it up at the top. It says like groups, active, whatever.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. And you said you do a host to post. So you have the host to post boom challenge, and then the first person to get somebody to host a post, they like screenshot.
Yeah, so they go, so they screenshot the person who posted it for them, and then they start with boom 1. And then if it's their first host to post, it says boom 1, host to post 1, HAP 1. And then as they're going through, so like the next person will screenshot their person's host to post, and then they'll go boom 2, boom 3, boom 4, and so on and so forth. And then like, say I'm doing it, the first one, so I'll keep track of how many host to posts I personally have. And that's just like an added enter in. So not everybody does that, but a lot of people do track it. And it's nice because, I mean, our booms, like I know my team's working because we're like way over 1,000 host to posts in there. And then people are doing like, like I had this one girl, and it's nice to figure out our ratios too. So like I have one girl who has done, I think she's at like 106 Hostapos, and she's already signed like 32 loyal customers. So you can sort of figure out your ratio of like, okay, for every 4 people that does a Hostapost for me, I'm gonna get an enrollment. So it's nice that way too.
And another thing too is like, because sometimes like if you do booms for like loyal customers or distributors, it's like for enrollments, you know, like it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to get the most, so why even try? But this is 100% based on you. Because like our enrollments are not always based on us. It's like a picture of our efforts. It's a reflection of that. But like you could be messaging 3,000 people a day and like you just go through those planning seasons where you message a lot of people and you don't get a lot of enrollments. But this is like, if you're doing it, like you can get the most Hosta posts. So you do that, just like whoever gets the most is the winner for that month.
Yeah, so I do the first person, so I go on random.org and I choose a number. So say it's boom 1 to 1,030. So I'll put that in the random.org and then it randomly chooses a number and I'll say, okay, and I go live. So I'm like, the first person is gonna, get $100 in free products. And then whatever boom number is that number, the person who did the Hostapost, so more or less like the potential, the friend on Facebook gets that. And then I say, okay, I'm going to do the second giveaway. This number is going to go for the distributor who actually who had them do the Hostapost. And then I give them a special prize. I don't give $100 worth of free products. I just give them a giveaway. And then the third one is whoever did the most Hostapost gets the prize.
And so you're having your team say you're going to go into a drawing for $100 in free products, but you're giving that away, and it's at the end of the month. That's so good. Okay.
And it gives that little incentive when you're asking them for a favor, because at the end it says, I'll even enter you in for a free $100 worth of products, so you get to try them, and that they're like, yeah, why not? Free product.
Yes, I love that. Okay. Because I mean, yeah, I would say like if I get a loyal customer, then I'll like if I sign up someone, then you'll be able to get whatever. But like now, if they just post, then they go into a drawing for this. Yep. I think we get more posts that way. Okay, we're doing this. Okay. Do you have a leader that's your mentor now? This girl said that she's lost 2 leaders recently. So how did you come back from losing your leaders and mentors?
You mean above me?
Yeah, and they're saying, like, did you feel lost without your mentor, like the person who signed you up?
Yes. So when I first joined and when I was Ruby, the person who personally enrolled me, she was the only person I knew. I didn't know anybody above me. I didn't know anything. Like, I just didn't know anything. So I just was under her wing. When she left, I sort of went with her and left. When I came back, I actually went into my the e-suite to see like who was the next person. I actually searched them online and I found that girl, and then I went under her wing. And then when she left, I found that I was under the Cannellers. I'm under Melody McFarlane and all them, Rusty Lackey. What?
So are we. We're under Susan though.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome. So yeah, it wasn't, I mean, I didn't know where I was at, the whole time, but then, I just reached up and then they took me under their wing. So I definitely recommend reaching up above. I mean, obviously you said, I don't know whose team you're on, because you said you have 2 teams on here that jumped on.
So we're under different like presidentials, I guess, but we're under Caitlin Gallagher, who's under Susan, who's under Melanie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would reach up. Reach up.
For sure. Yeah. And I mean, the Cannellers are amazing too. I love them. All right. So it's like right at 11. So we're going to go ahead and stop here, but thank you so much. This was so good. I'm so excited because I just got so many tips that I'm going to do with my team. So if anybody else has questions, I can just like ask you later or something, but this was recorded. So thank you for taking your time out of your day to do this, guys. Somebody asked what the sticky note challenge is really quick. So basically I just post like a picture of different numbers, like I did 1 through 20. And if they get 3 enrollments, then they get to pick a number. And so then they pick a number, and whatever prize is under that number is what they get. And they know the prizes, they just don't know what number's in it. So sometimes it's like bath bombs or journal or like a makeup bag with an exfoliating peel in it, or Starbucks gift card, or just like a free product. And they don't know what they're going to get, but they pick a number, and then I'll tell them like what that sticky note is. And then they get that free product. So that's what the sticky note challenge is. But thank you again so much, and I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Bye, guys.
Bye.